Hola. So, there is this light inside of you. It is inside of all beings, or there is an opportunity for this light to be in all beings. And this light runs a grid. It's a sacred geometry grid. And when that grid is plugged in to source, you will run source energy through that grid. When this grid is plugged into something other than source, and this grid could be plugged into other beings that are carrying light source. Many beings, even watching this right now, are a host for another human being feeding off of you in your light grid. And you may or may not be conscious of that. There are ways in which to cleanse the grid. There are ways in which to restructurize the grid and heal the structural and emotional and psychological wounds that are created, whether it be these wounds created the misalignment, or the misalignment was created because you chose. You chose to be a host. Right? So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you claim the grid inside of yourself, you then have the choice and power in which to heal the grid and come into a place of wholeness. How does one do this? One is knowing the grid. Some people own their grid and they don't even know they own it, and they aren't aware of maybe where the grid is out of alignment, or they are aware where the grid is out of alignment. However, they don't know how to correct it without other forms of modern medicine, when there is a natural way that you can self-treat that injury within that structural energetic grid. So the grid is within you. You choose the energetic currents that are running through it, right? Which vibrations are you choosing to anchor your being into? And are you anchoring them enough to know the difference, right? To be able to identify in present moment when others are trying to attach to it or weaken it or feed off of you. So this grid I speak of, this information has been given to me, and they had instructed me to call it the body code system, or excuse me, the body code method. This information was given to me to give to you. I wish to educate you and encourage you to do this work. The energetic grid is so powerful. And when owned and claimed within yourself, you come into a place of greater understanding and awareness of all beings. understanding that we are all one and how that actually works, right? Those that avoid actually doing this level of work, well, one, they fear themselves. However, they fear creating bridges with other human beings simply because they don't trust themselves, right? So, thanks for listening to my rant.